Time and I'm going live. Tarun, you can start the meeting on time.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, Toastmaster Sriram.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I welcome you all to the 609th Madras meeting of the Madras Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization founded by Ralph C. Smedley in the year 1924. We here at Toastmasters are fond of self-growth, etc., etc. And our motto is to build leadership here. And as this being an online meeting and an offline meeting, I request you all to keep your mics on mute in the online meeting here. I would not encourage discussing among yourself for now, and I would request you to refrain from talking on taboo topics like sex, religion, and politics. And I hope you all enjoy this meeting. Over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Kavita. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tarun. Zoom Master, can you please spotlight for everyone? Do we have the Zoom Master?
Ma'am, could you make me the co-host also? Great.
I think it's done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I would like to welcome you all to the 609th meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club. I declare open the 609th meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club. We have a packed agenda for today, so let's quickly move on to the guest introduction. Do we have guests offline?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, myself Balakrishnan. I'm basically from Kerala. Now I'm working in C4 R&D Solutions, Little Mount. I had joined as a guest 3 months back in November 2021. After that, I went to my hometown because of this COVID issues. Now I'm back to office. So I'd like to join this Toastmasters Club for self-improvement and polishing my communication skills. So yeah, that's it. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, that's it.
How did you get to know about our club, Toastmaster? Guest Balakrishnan.
Yeah, from my friends in my place and digital platforms like social media and all.
Okay, great to have you. So sit back, relax. If you're interested in table topics, please do let us know.
Yeah,
Thank you
sure.
so much.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Do we have any more guests?
Yeah,
today?
one more. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I was a Toastmaster. Now I'm a guest. It's good to be back on stage after a long gap. Since there were a lot of online meetings, I was staying away from Toastmasters. Now, since the hybrid meetings are starting, I'm looking back to come back to Toastmasters and hope this journey will continue without any other wave. And happy to be back here.
Your name, sir, and
sorry, Yuvraj.
Yuvraj. Okay, I think we have met.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay, great to have you. Yeah, great to have you. Hope you have a great time today. And if you're interested in table topics, please do let us know.
Definitely.
Let the table topic master know. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do we have any more guests for today? Offline or online? Suhasini, there is no online. There are no online guests, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We don't have any online.
Okay. So let's move on to the MOM for last week's MOM. Do we have Toastmaster Muthu for
Yes,
presenting the? Yeah, Toastmaster Muthu. Please go ahead with the MOM of last week.
I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Yes. Let me go over the minutes of the 608th meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club. It was an hybrid meeting. There were 2 prepared speeches, 11 table topic sessions, and a vantage point session conducted by Toastmaster Tarun and Toastmaster Priya. The best speaker is Toastmaster Jabastin. Best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Anand. Best evaluator Toastmaster Deepak. And best role player is Toastmaster Karthik Shivkumar for the TMOD role, and the best supporting role player is Toastmaster Anand for the Grammarian role. Now I welcome you all to the 609th meeting of Madras Toastmasters Club, and over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muthu, for that short and sweet minutes of the meeting of last week. Let's quickly move on to the introduction of today's Toastmaster of the day. So today's Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Saravanan. Toastmaster Saravanan is working as a piping engineer at DOW, and his hobbies are playing with kids, reading books, and learning about temple architecture. That's very interesting. So I would like to hand over the control to Toastmaster Saravanan. Over to you.
Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters and fellow guests. Am I audible now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, it gives me an immense pleasure and privilege to be a Toastmaster of the day on the 609th meeting of our Madras Toastmasters Club. Before I go any further, let me introduce the word and theme of the day first. Today's word of the day is tenacity, meaning determination to continue what you are doing, even at the toughest of the time. Or you can say as a quality of not giving up something easily and quality of being determined. An example of tenacity is an athlete with an injury completing a difficult race. And coming to the word of theme of the day, today's theme is pursuit of happiness. It means something like occupying one's life with activities that provide for overall well-being. Any activity one takes to improve his standard of living can be termed as his pursuit of happiness. This not only includes material things, acquiring material things, but also goes beyond humanity, spiritual and moral conditions. Every Toastmasters who have assembled here are making tenacious effort to attend meetings regularly every weekend in pursuit of better well-being by means of enhancing their leadership and communication skills. I encourage all the speakers and role players, whoever is coming onto the stage, to use the word of the day and theme of the day in their speeches as far as possible. Audience, please applaud whenever someone uses the word of the day, that is tenacity, and theme of the day, pursuit of happiness. Coming to today's meeting agenda, for the benefit of the guests and others, our meeting has 3 parts. Part 1 is called prepared speech segment, where speakers are given time to come up with preparation on a topic and deliver it. The second part is a table topic segment, which helps the fellow Toastmasters to handle impromptu speaking situations, thereby enhancing their thinking process to a greater speed. The third section is the evaluation section, which is very important aspect of this meeting, where eminent evaluators provide feedback to the speakers on their speeches and iron out their flaws. To help me with evaluation, I have Mr. Toastmaster Dinesh as a general evaluator for the day. Toastmaster Dinesh pursues postgraduate diploma on data science and business analytics. His hobbies are playing football, watching movies, and learning about new innovations. Over to you, General Evaluator, to explain your role and your tag team.
Thank you for your wonderful introduction, TMOD. Respected Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good morning. Gender evaluation is one of the most important aspects in Toastmastering. It helps us to evaluate everything that takes place during the meeting. It also helps us to receive the feedback to improve and conduct our meeting in a professional and constructive way. For the sake of newcomers, gender evaluation has 3 segments. First is the prepared speech evaluation, where the speakers will receive a feedback from their evaluators for their speech. And second is the meeting leaders report of timer, hour counter, and grammarian. And third is the overall meeting evaluation. Now, let me introduce the tag team. Starting off with the timer, we have an enthusiastic Toastmaster who's working as a lead engineer, and she has been into Toastmastering since last 5 years. Her hobbies are reading books, playing badminton, and listening to music. Let us welcome Toastmaster Suhasini.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Dinesh. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. My role as the timer is to note down the time taken by all the speakers. The time limit for the speeches are for icebreaker, the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. For prepared speech, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I will show green at 5 minutes, amber at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes with 30 seconds grace time. For table topic, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. I will show green at 1 minute, amber at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes with 30 second grace time. For evaluation, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. I will show green at 2 minutes, amber at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes with 30 second grace time. For educational section, the time limit is 20 minutes. I will show green at 15 minutes, amber at 17 minutes, and red at 20 minutes. For the speakers using PPT, I will pin the color of the timer code in the chat window at the respective time intervals. At the end of the meeting, I will submit my report to General Evaluator Toastmaster Dinesh. All the best to all the speakers. Thank you, and over to the General Evaluator.
Next is the hour counter. Here is an amazing Toastmaster who is working in Kyndryl, India as cloud infrastructure architect. He loves to exercise, playing cricket, gardening, and reading lots of motivational and investment related books. Let us welcome Toastmaster Guru Manikam.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. The purpose of the hour counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, and you know. I will also listen for the words including or. I will also note when a speaker uses repeated phrases like this means, actually, you know, etc. At the end of the meeting, I will report number of times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Over to General Evaluator.
And the last is the grammarian. We have an excellent Toastmaster who is working as a manager in Indian Bank. Her hobbies are listening to music, walking, and watching movies. Let's welcome Toastmaster Indumati.
Note down the usage of good language, beautiful phrases, and errors in the language. I will also note down the usage of the word of the day, tenacity, and the theme of the day, pursuit of happiness. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day and the theme of the day in their speeches. At the end of the meeting, I'll submit my report to the General Evaluator. All the best to all the speakers. Thank you, and over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, tag team role players, for explaining about your role in a detailed way. Now, I would like to hand over the control to the TMOD Toastmaster Saravanan.
As the saying goes, little by little, day by day, what is meant for you will find its way. If we are tenacious with our effort, one day we will achieve our goal. With that said, we move on to the first segment of our meeting. I understand Ramesh and his evaluator Deepak are available. So that we can proceed with the prepared speech session. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, offline Deepak is available, right? Tarun?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Okay, please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Now we are moving on to prepared speech segment of this meeting. We have 4+1 number of prepared speakers today. To start with, first speaker, Toastmaster Ramesh. His speech title is Winners Never Stop. Toastmaster Ramesh is a software engineer working in PayPal. He has a passion for learning technologies, collaborating with fellow people and solving their problems. He likes exercising and listens to podcasts of new ideas. Before I call upon Toastmaster Ramesh to the stage, I request Toastmaster Deepak to read out his project objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Hope you are able to see me and hear me clearly. Any thumbs up?
Can you unmute yourself?
we can
Deepak,
hear you.
your,
No
screen
problem,
is,
sir. Hope you are able to hear. The audio is coming from different device. I think
Okay.
you are very much able to hear me.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Ramesh, is giving his level 3 project 2 in the pathway. The pathway team collaboration, and his objectives goes like this. So the purpose of the project is for a member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspire others, and also the purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. Timer, please know the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Ramesh. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Santosh.
Stage is yours, Ramesh. Toastmaster Ramesh. You are not audible. You are not audible, Ramesh.
Is it possible to reconnect? Or can you check the audio settings?
We can go ahead with the second speaker, Toastmaster Saran.
Okay. Coming to the second speaker, it is Toastmaster Santosh. Toastmaster Santosh, the title of the speech is Perfection is the Enemy of Progress. Toastmaster Santosh works as an associate consultant in DRAUP DRAP company. He is a passionate learner interested in learning new things. His favorite pastime is listening to music and playing games. Before I call upon Toastmaster Santosh, I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Muthu, to read out his project.
Toastmaster Saran, sorry, am I audible now? Sorry.
Yeah, Toastmaster Ramesh, is it?
Yeah, sorry for the glitches, so I have reconnected again. Maybe can I go? Or
Okay, let him go, Saran.
Thanks, Toastmaster. So my dear fellow Toastmasters and then target evaluated Toastmaster people. We all have heard people saying like, I will do anything to succeed in life, and then I will work hard and then be able to progress. Let me tell you something like, let me tell you something. Life never ends. So we will always keep fighting to succeed, and then the winners, they never stop working. So, and then coming back to the we have so many plateaus in our life, like we very frequently face career plateau wherein we are held up and we are not able to progress. So career plateaus can be seen in any stages of our career. The most common career plateaus is and the symptoms are we keep struggling without any fulfillment in our job, and then we don't get proper challenges in our work. I would like to hear back from audience on what are the common plateaus they have seen in their life. Maybe anyone can unmute and then share their views. common plateaus they have gone across in their life. Okay, so some of the maybe I can share some of the plateaus which we come across in our life. Like after reaching certain stage, we don't find it. We don't find any new scope to progress. Being overgrown in the role or in the skills, or even in case of Toastmasters, after completing certain levels, we find it difficult to take to progress into the new levels. So these all are the common plateaus we come across in our life. So it is important to take challenges and then come out of our resistance level to overcome the plateaus and then make life challenging and then more energetic. One way of overcoming the plateau is by finding your resistance and then what is the challenge you're trying to avoid in your life. You can list down all the challenges which you have faced and then which you're trying to avoid. Maybe one challenge would be like you are not willing to come out of your comfort level. You are finding it very hard to compete with others, and then also and then the struggle you face, and then lack of interest in the work in which you have been occupied. So these are the challenges you come across. Let us take maybe like athletics, like how they are able to overcome the challenges. Athletics, if you see them, they are able to perform well because they have the tough competitors who push them hard and then make them to move ahead. It's not only the performance which we see in the screen, in case of maybe in the field or court or in the pool, but also Toastmaster Santosh, like, are you speaking?
No, Toastmaster Santosh. Sorry, no Toastmaster Ramesh. You can continue.
Oh yeah, thanks. Because I was seeing his lip movement, so I was thinking like he was also giving in parallel. So
Yeah, not a problem.
And then
You can
also
continue.
like how they take over the challenges and then the kind of sacrifice they were able to put in, and then that helps them to retain their top rank in the whatever field they are doing. So let me share my own plateau which I have faced in my life. After being in the same company for more than 3 years, I found it very difficult to progress. And then it is with the help of my mentors whom I am very grateful to, who are able to find out the resistance and then the kind of challenges which I was trying to avoid myself. So some of the resistance which I found, which was being plotted by them, were like I was not opening myself, and then I was not growing my network. So these are the things I tried to do to come out of my plateaus. The first thing I did was like I improved my networks. I started to open up in all the team meetings, and then also I came about expressing my expertise in the domain. So these things helped me to grow in the career. Also, it helped me to get promoted within, as I was able to figure out the challenges and then overcome them. So it is that discomfort which is letting us to progress, and then we should be able to challenge the discomfort and then be able to succeed. Birds are safe in their cage, but the God has created them not to be in the cage. If we are able to succeed in our life, we should find the new goals, and then if we are able to climb the top of mountain, find a mountain which is taller than the current mountain which you have climbed. So my dear fellow Toastmasters, train your mind so that you are able to take any challenges rather than waiting for the perfect time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh, for sharing your experience with which you face right now in your career. I hope you will get the next target to focus upon very soon. Having said that, can we have Toastmaster Santosh on this topic? Perfection is the enemy of progress. And also, before Santosh, can I request Toastmaster Muthu to read out his project objective? Muthu, please.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yeah.
Thank you. Toastmaster Santosh is pursuing level 3 project 2. Inspire your audience from the pathway presentation mastery. His speech title is Perfection is the Enemy of Progress. The purpose of his project is for him to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires. So the purpose of this project is to inspire the audience. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Santosh.
Dias is yours, Santosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day and my target evaluator, Toastmaster Muthu. I want to ask sorry because of that interruption. I thought technical glitches, my camera was not on, so I was just practicing. In that time, Toastmaster Ramesh, it was distracted. Sorry for that. And timer, please start your timing now. From a childhood days to before starting my Toastmasters journey in the Madras Toastmasters Club, I am quite interested in doing every self-improvement thing that comes my way except this public speaking. Every time whenever there is a speech competition in my school or college, I would hide myself from participating in that event. And even when the speakers are speaking on the stage, I would wonder how they are speaking with so much confidence in the stage. Because I had this huge fear in the public speaking, how to deliver a proper public speech and a perfect speech. Whenever I think about this public speaking, a false illusion in the name of fear comes to my mind and it completely blocks my way. And all the people who I observe are delivering great speeches. What do they think about me if I don't speak well and if I don't deliver well? As a beginner, these kinds of questions came into my mind. But I had a huge interest. One day I should give a proper speech. One day I also should want to become a proper public speaker. But I don't know how to proceed. It went like that. From my childhood to the college days, wherever I go, wherever I see, I want to become a public speaker. I had a huge fear and a daunting fear in the public speaking. The days went by. I was trying to improve myself in this public speaking by seeing so many public speaking videos that are available in the internet and searching for a way to improve my skill in this area of public speaking. Then one fine day, after doing a small research kind of things with the clubs that are available in this, then I came across this Toastmasters club that is available in worldwide and the best Madras Toastmasters club in particular. After attending a few meetings in the club, I amazed the way in the people, how they speak, how they are constantly improving themselves to have a better version of themselves. I decided to join this club as this was the best step to improve my public speaking skill in this area. After joining this Toastmasters club and observing, there was so much positivity that comes from this Toastmasters club, and that inspired me to have a good and proper speeches. For this, my mentor played a key role. He gave me so many valuable inputs. What are the things that I am going through? How can I overcome this? What are all this term of fear that I am going through? So after discussing so many things with my mentor, the fear about the public speaking skills are started little bit reducing. But I realized this fear was a general thing that everyone in the initial stage of their public speaking journey will go through. And I believe after practicing for certain speeches, I can overcome this fear of public speaking. But while starting to write my speeches for the projects in this Toastmasters, like icebreaker speech and any other kind of level 2 speeches, a big confusion came into my mind. because every project demands certain kind of things. I was very much confused how to pick topic for my speeches and how to craft it as a perfect speech. Then I got into another big problem called perfectionism. While going through every project and every speech, I thought of how I can give a better topic for this and how can deliver a better speech for this. While going through this kind of dilemma, there was a quote that I saw in the internet. Perfection is the enemy of progress. It was quoted by Winston Churchill. Every time if we try to be a perfect person or to deliver a perfect speech, that doesn't exist, because it was a same kind of illusion kind of thing that I'm creating within myself. Because there is no kind of thing called perfect speech and perfect topic for a project that is required. Because of this perfectionism, there is another thing called procrastination. Every time if I couldn't get anything that is perfect title or speech for my topic, I would take long days of researching something kind of thing for my project to get into a perfect title or perfect topic for that. After delivering a couple of speeches and discussing with my mentor and many other like-minded individuals and evaluators from this club, I understood that there is nothing in the term of perfect speech. Even though if I am taking a small thing and delivering it in a perfect or not in a perfect, in a best way that I could do, it was the best thing to improve myself. I have introspected myself to gather ideas and thoughts for this. Okay, yeah, I understood that there is nothing perfect in the world, and the things which may seem perfect for me may vary for another person. So I have followed a few steps or habits to overcome this, to have a best project title or project speech that I am pursuing. To progress with a constant try, that was the first step I took. Even though I am not getting a perfect speech title or perfect speech topic, I want to progress with the best thing I could do so I can enhance my public speaking skills. Second one, I have to calibrate my standards in this Toastmasters journey by getting constant feedbacks from the mentors or evaluators and the fellow members. And the third most important thing, I have to utilize the time in a proper manner in this Toastmasters club so that I can get the maximum from this club. And the initial stage of huge fear of public speaking started reducing little by bit. These three steps were very effective for being progressive in this journey of Toastmasters Club against the thing that I went through as perfectionism. With constant progress at each and every meeting in this Toastmasters Club, there is a constant little bit of improvement of growth in my communication skill and my public speaking skill. If I went through that, the initial thing of having the huge fear and looking for the same kind of perfection, perfect speech, perfect topic, and perfect title, there would be no progress in my Toastmasters journey as well as my communication skill. So, fellow Toastmasters, if you are going through the same kind of thing like perfect speech and perfect topic, there will be a little by little bit improvement in our journey. So, keep progressing. The one thing I want to say as an important particular thing, don't wait for a perfect moment. Create a one and keep progressing and develop a better version of yourself. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the Day.
That was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Santosh. I am happy that you are able to find your major hiccup and changing it into positive things on your pursuit with your journey in Madras Toastmasters Club. Coming to the third speaker of the day, it is Toastmaster Sriram. His title is Tonic to Success. Toastmaster Sriram has served as a past president in MTC. He works as a product manager at Secure Solutions. He provides data security solution based upon Microsoft Azure technology. His favorite pastime is music, which gives him a lot of pleasure. Before I call upon Toastmaster Sriram to the stage, I request his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Kavita ma'am, to read out his project objectives.
Thank you so much, TMOD Toastmaster Saravanan. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. And my target speaker, Toastmaster Sriram. Toastmaster Sriram is giving his level 3 project 2 writing a speech with purpose. In the path, innovative planning. The title of his speech is the Tonic to Success, and the purpose of his speech, the purpose of the project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Timer, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Sriram.
Just a minute, sir. Let me turn up.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Timer, just a minute. Yes, sir. See, right? Okay. Timer, you can start now. Very good afternoon, Toastmasters, fellow guests, and members. So, it was Friday afternoon. I was busy working on a presentation for a customer meeting on Monday. Just then, I got a call from home. Yes, Ram here. Ananga, our son just completed his examination in the revision, and he poured, he fared very poorly in the maths examination. I don't know, I'm trying my level best to bring him up, but unfortunately, he has failed this time as well. Saying this, she started weeping. I don't know what to do. Out of work at office, now have another problem. How do you handle this situation? I just told her, just be quiet. I'll be back home, then we'll solve the problem. Saying this, I hung the phone and continued doing the work. But unfortunately, the presentation that was happening on Monday, it was totally hopeless. The customer gave a very poor feedback, and my boss was totally upset and frustrated. Just came back frustrated. And once I reached home, of course, it was raining heavily on the way, and I was totally drenched. I just hung my coat onto the hanger, and I was looking at my son. My son looked at me and said, "No, I asked him, what happened? What happened to school?" He said, "Don't ask me this question." I'm totally upset. Saying this, he ran to the room and slammed the door. So the problem continued. Then what I did, I just started talking to my wife, trying to find out what's the problem. She said, previous day, they had a parents-teachers meeting. The teacher just showed the maths paper and said, "If this is the way your son is going to perform, I'm sorry, we cannot now take him forward, and he'll be detained for 1 more year if he doesn't do well in the revision 2 exam." And that was the honest feedback we had. And that was also a very tough time. Now we are in a brink of a situation where his life is a threatening situation in the midst of board exams. So we had to take a call. But I didn't give up. I had all the tenacity to continue and try to find a solution. So things continued. That weekend, we happened to meet in the garden restaurant. And in the garden restaurant, actually, of course, we had a formal discussion. So what happened is, you see the problem pattern. It started from my son, and it has circulated to my wife, me, and my boss. So this is a pandemic situational problem. Now, my wife asked, "What is the solution for this?" I told her, the best solution you can have is practice, practice, practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So why don't we ask him to take last 5 years question paper and try to solve and get the experience, and try to have this examination simulated, and let him do a 3-hour examination. But my wife said, he doesn't have the self-drive to do that. So we need to look for somebody who can really support him, who is good in maths. Unfortunately, both of us have lost in touch with maths since our college days, and we had to look for some tuition master. Just then, I came to know that one of his friend, Adi, he's attending a maths tuition. I said, "Why not try this?" So both of us tried, and after some time, let's see what is performance. So things continue. He started improving, and over a period of time, I could see a gradual change in his, approach. And one day, he was showing a lot of confidence, and towards the, revision exam, he was totally confident, and he gave the revision exam at his best, and he cleared the exam, and he got a very good score also in maths. But things are so already thought. No, there came the twist. A few days later, I happened to meet my boss for some other customer meeting, and he was coughing. Severely, he was coughing. I didn't realize what's the reason, but then when things got came to my life only after I came back from the meeting, and I had severe fever, cold, cough the next few days, and then I was actually diagnosed with COVID. Then it continued, percolated to my wife, then to my son. So one side we have the problem pandemic, then we have the COVID pandemic, but no solution. What to do? So I was looking for a tonic to success. So the tonic to success is practice, 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 and son is doing. But now he's actually stuck on COVID, and he's not able to, improve. All of us are quarantined in a room. So with great difficulty and self-medication with doctors' advice, we're able to overcome all this pandemic, COVID. And towards the end, just before one week before the exam, my son recovered. So finally, we went and met the principal just to get the clearance for the public exam, board exam appearance. The principal told me to wait for a day, and we're keeping the fingers crossed. So that day evening, the principal came back and said, your son can write the exam, but he has to be quarantined in your room, and you need to appear for that exam. So finally, he went and appeared. And on the day of the result, we were actually keeping our fingers crossed, and hopefully, he'll get a good result. My son walked towards the notice board, saw the results. His sick and sorrow face changed into blossomed into joy and happiness. And suddenly, he turns towards us with both hands raised and said, "Yes, yes, I cleared my maths exam and got grade A." That was a very joyful event for us, and we are totally happy. Our tonic to success finally succeeded. So Toastmasters, why don't you identify a tonic to success? Work with your mentor and achieve what you want. All of us are pandemic, but we can come out with a tonic to success. What do you do?
That was a good speech, Toastmaster Stephen. Hope your experience helps you in further future struggles to tackle it easily, and also other fellow Toastmasters. Coming to our fourth speaker of the day, Toastmaster Balakrishnan sir. His speech title is Success of a Program Depends on the Team You Work With. Toastmaster Balakrishnan sir works in insurance domain. He is passionate about investments and also grooming young chaps as a leader through his young youth leadership program. Before I call upon Toastmaster Balakrishnan sir, I request distinguished Toastmaster Rao sir to read out his project objective.
Happy morning, Toastmaster today. Can you help me hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Can you able to see me also on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because I have a hybrid meeting and testing.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, happy morning. Toastmaster Balakrishnan is going to give his project from leadership development. It's a level 4. So most of you know that I think any pathway project, there are two purpose of statements. One is related to project, another one is related to speech. Because it's a level 4 project, the purpose of this project is the member has to lead the team and complete the project. That is the project purpose. Coming to the purpose of the speech, the member has to share some of his experience while leading the team to the members of this club. Time manager, please note down, time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Balakrishnan. Over to Toastmaster today.
Stage is yours, sir. Balakrishnan, sir. Sir, you are not audible.
I would like to share the screen and see if everything is okay. I will proceed. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
In life, when we faced with problem, can I take the red label tonic shown by Toastmaster Shira? Or second speaker was saying, when you are faced with perfection, you did something, you achieved something, you feel that yes, I have done something, I have reached level 5. Can I sit down? Or the level 1 speaker today is saying that you reached a plateau. There is no further go. I am happy. So at the age of 60, I say I retired and take my seat. Contest chair, sorry, evaluator of the day, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. It's a great evening or good morning to you all. I have been giving all this one in the evening, so repeatedly coming morning, very difficult in Toastmasters. Sorry for that. And today I'm completing my project on level 4, but I was supposed to give this as my high performance leadership level 5. Today I changed, I'm giving in, and I want to thank my team because of one thing. I received this from Indian Community School. The principal gave me this honor, reading so many things, and finally he says, work hard in silence, let success make the sound. He also sent a nice email. The success of the leader is success of the team. Before I say, it needs no introduction between us to write to you. This is a letter from principal to me. He says we have a long-standing relationship. He goes on to thank me for whatever I have done. He says your leadership as chief coordinator has carved the niche of the Toastmasters experience and other social benefits as well. With your leadership and the team, the opportunity to grow in perseverance and self-discipline. These are some of the tips I want to share with you. This is a team I was leading, and I got this award. First of all, let me thank Madam Gayatri. She was pitched in as coordinator for group, great group, go-getters. Very good name we kept. What is this I'm talking about? This is a youth leadership program conducted by Indian Community School in association with Madras. Proud to say, as a founder of Madras Toastmaster Club, happy to share that 3 YLPs were conducted in together, and one of the team, Jayanti and Gayatri were doing a nice job, and I have to thank her because today I was supposed to give about the contest and various things we conducted. She pitched in, and constantly in 2 or 3 days we were on call. I was driving and still could attend to her. Even on the speaker, my wife was picking up and speaking to her on many things while arranging. Thanks to Madam Gayatri for your support in this. And second, in my team for front runners, I had a nice, young Toastmaster, very enthusiastic, but unfortunately due to time and other constraints and personal, she could not, continue beyond the 6 weeks out of that 4 or 5 weeks. That's okay. She missed the thing. And Jayanti again, she is pursuing, Madam Jayanti Toastmaster is pursuing her higher studies. That's why she could not continue. Initially, she was a full support for me. And it goes without saying in the group I have mentioned. And today, it's my honor to present this certificate to Toastmaster Sriram for the wonderful support as the second in charge for my team. Literally, he was communicating. What I learned from this, in the leadership, delegation is important. So I gave the entire team to Mr. Sriram at one point of time because I faced a similar problem earlier. So in the communication, I'm trying to improve on that. So what I did, I said, Sriram, you handle this group. Everything continued. We concluded with the principal's great support and other things. And the other thing, I appreciate this lady. I'm presenting to Miss Priya Narayan, Toastmaster. We never met before, and Sriram brought her, and she was assisting Sriram in the group called Creators. they both are great, Sriram and Madam Priya. So they were like a big support for me because it's one group totally taken care of. They were communicating with the children. I get feedback. Apart from this, I was also leading a big team in school. So that is for another day. What I learned working with these people is great honor for me. I could, in another one, inspire the audience. Very soon, I will be talking about more people. I'm sure each one of the Toastmasters, they gain more from this particular youth leadership program. The one thing is, as Toastmasters, we still learn on communication. This is what I learned. I had to be brief in communicating and to the point. Because this time, everything we were pushed to the last minute. We had to arrange the contest 2 days back. 2 days back, I was having for my meeting contest because 3 contests to be done. After I finishing the morning to evening, one contest was over. Thanks to Gayatri Madam for liaising with all the coordinators. Then followed another meeting where Sriram and group and my group we had to do. So these are the challenges as a leader. I thought I have done for 6 groups in 2019, another 6 groups in 2020. I thought I am a leader par excellence. I told myself, no, I reached a plateau there. Working again with Toastmasters, this time I learned a lot, which I will be implementing. Now I'm throwing challenge to each one of the Toastmasters here. The HPL I'm launching. Much more in bigger style, much more in this. I'll be happy for Toastmaster Suhasini, VP Education, giving this project from scratch. I'll be doing. I was telling something in a joking manner. In Suri, in Tamil movie, once he was given whether you can finish 50 parotas. He finished 47. Then he said, start from the beginning. I'm not fully complete leader yet because next project I have to pitch it at a much higher level, HPL. My first project, 2019, was great success. That was personally I have done. Am I missing green, yellow, amber somewhere? Yeah, amber. Okay. So each of the Toastmasters, raise your hand who wants to be in my next bigger project, either in a national level or international level, or you can message me privately. I'll be launching soon a mega project. For that, I gave an indication during our final ceremony in YLP finishing stage. I have spoken to the principal, and here I'm looking at another group for conducting YLP. With this, over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
I am happy, sir, you are able to achieve your goal with a group of team players from our groups, from our club. Coming back to the meeting agenda, now we come to the 5th session, speech session, which is it is an educational session being hosted by distinguished Toastmaster Pat sir with the title Suddenness to Gladness. Distinguished Toastmaster Pat has done BSc in Chemistry and Advanced English certification. He has 12 years of pharmaceutical marketing experience, business skills, and he is a life skill trainer. He has been associated with the Toastmasters Club for 16 years. He has served as a president in our Toastmasters Club. He is a chartered president of Tamil Utru Chennai Sulvendargal, and his achievements and his capabilities goes on. On the whole, he is a multifaceted person with commendable achievements over the period of over the past years. Over to you, sir, for your topic. Dice is yours.
Good morning, everybody. The slide is visible, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Suddenness to gladness. I am raising a question. Why I say suddenness? Anybody? A quick pickup? Hello? What MTC?
You are referring to impromptu session.
Table topics.
Okay. Table topics are always suddenness. If accomplished, successfully done, it can lead to gladness. But in the beginning stage, for many, it is sadness. So it's going to be a shift from sadness to gladness through suddenness. Life is filled with unknown, unseen, unforeseen, unpredictable. I have seen a past, but I have not seen a tomorrow. But I live in the present, which is called known, seen, foreseen, predictable, to encounter the unknown, unseen, unforeseen, unpredictable. Tell me honestly, which is more, the white color or the yellow color?
Yellow.
Yellow is more. Table topics is most daunting skill. I think it is the spice of any Toastmasters meeting. A biryani, a masala. Therefore, it becomes most exhilarating when we face it undaunted. Undaunted means fearlessly. Okay, what does the suddenness do? It causes adrenaline rush, particularly the new persons, either as guests or budding Toastmasters, they face this adrenaline rush. I remember still during my young days when my nephews visit me. Those days, they used to stand behind the door, and when I come inside, they will say, "Bah." So when somebody says "Bah," so you get a fear. But how did I manage? I know that these fellows will do. So when they say "Bah," I will say it in louder tone, "Bah." And now that fellow fears. That is the preparation we do to face that fear. So what happens when suddenly confronted a certain portion? This is reality. This is a physiological action that is taking place. Certain portion of brain gets benumbed, numbness. In Tamil, it is called maruthu podu. Therefore, it prevents our thinking capacity. So I should not allow my brain to get benumbed. Therefore, I convert that fear into extra alert. Something like, the close-in fielder in cricket matches. Raman Lamba, in fact, had a hit and he died after 45 minutes. Therefore, close-in fielders, they will stand with fear, but they'll be more alert, extra alert. So when we become extra alert, we can listen better. So mentally, you are ready to receive. Yes, if I encounter and if I continue to perform, it prepares us to face the unknown successfully. How to start? Pretend. Nothing wrong in pretending good qualities. In fact, we pretend. All the scientific laws which we learn in the school, we copy. So let us copy and pretend. Then over a period of time, we learn to attend. Then with that ability, a day comes we can contend. Contention is competition. We can contend successfully in the contest. So what can I do? Suddenly something is given. Right. Let us think whether I can create a question from the topic, or I can relate a quote or a proverb or a slogan. Okay, nothing comes to my mind. Let me define the topic. I think we have that basic intelligence capacity. Or even if I not define, let us repeat. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic given to me or the proposition given to me is 1, 2, 3, 4. You easily get around 10 seconds, 10 to 12 seconds, or even 15 seconds. So with that, you get into a little thinking mode. Over a period of time, by means of practice, we gain or we learn the capacity. If not, can you associate? What is association? Is linking. Linking with a story, linking with a past incident. So for which, in your leisure time, you can do it as a very intellectual hobby. Travel down your memory lane, bring forth the different incidents which had happened to you. Lovely incidents, exciting incidents, embarrassing incident, even sometimes sad incident, does not matter. Bring them to your memory. A little extension, make a note of it in a sheet of paper, or otherwise put it in an electronic sheet of paper that becomes a permanent record. So when you have plenty of incidents in your pocket or in your hand, you can draw, you can pick, choose, pick, draw, and link. Are you able to appreciate? Anybody can respond when I say linking? Hello, come on, react. You are not machines. You are all human beings. What, Deepak? Why do you remain silent? Hello, unless you respond, I will not move.
No, sir, we are unmuting ourselves.
Okay, Sriram is smiling.
Just linking.
Okay, all right. We can disagree on a topic. We can agree on a topic. We can take even a neutral path, like, love marriage versus arranged system of marriage. What is the neutral path now? First, love the girl or boy, go to the parents, respective parents, inform them, get their consent, and marry. So nothing like, arranged marriage, I belong to only arrange, or I stick to only love marriages. That is called neutral path, where a third dimension, neither agree nor disagree, but find a path and find a solution. Right, what else I can do? Yeah, we read variety, newspaper, magazine, storybooks. Do some additional effort. Remember, this additional effort is growth. This additional effort will come to your help anytime, every time. Consciously takes notes. I'm not asking to write essay. Take important points. Take notes. I am authoritatively able to say because I do it. I consciously do it. I have wonderful collection. Then use that notes or the information, knowledge which you have gained at the right place. And when it comes to table topics, it is so much useful to you. The moment you trigger, then it flows. Any incident that is stored in your subconscious mind, the moment you just touch it, you get flow of thoughts, and that flow of thoughts are turning into flow of words. Am I making sense? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now let us divide. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. There is a maximum limit. Question or quote, slogan, define, story, repeat. Confine it to 20 to 25 seconds. So you are able to make a good open. Then you slowly enter into the body part where you will use that information or illustration or expansion of that incident, story, connecting with the topic that can consume 45 to 50 seconds. Then, if it is not personal, if you are going to borrow incident from outside, you connect with yourself. Then the credibility goes up, the conviction goes up. It is called self-impacting, how that incident or how that event has impacted you. 30 to 35 seconds. Then come back to the proposition or the topic and mention that, connect with that, and conclude. So that makes a total of 130 seconds. Still, you have a cushion of 20 seconds to be on the safer side. Probably this particular slide can make a lot of sense to you, how to plan, structure, and speak out the table topics. This is how I have been doing. So based on my personal usage or experience, I am able to split it into the time factor, number of seconds. Right, all these things have been theory. Now let us attempt and act. I have few topics, and each topic can be tried by 3 or 4 members, 3 members, so that let us see how the thinking pattern varies from one person to another person. But I want volunteers for that. The first topic is, if I feel my pain, I am alive. If I feel your pain, I am a human being. Anirudh is fond of table topics.
Yes, sir, he is getting ready.
Yeah. Attempt. Maybe even 1 minute is enough.
Repeat the topic.
If you're able to see the slide, no. Okay. If I feel my pain, I am alive. If I feel your pain, I am a human being.
Yes, sir. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
So if I feel my pain, I am alive. If I feel your pain, I am a human being. It is actually true because there will always be hurdles in our life, and when we cross hurdles, we will come across some failures, and we may come across things that might hurt us, and so that time we will feel our pain. So sometimes when we feel our pain, we tend to feel disappointed. But when that is related to us, but when we are spreading knowledge and when we are teaching others and when we are educating others on certain things, then they are also bound to sometimes succeed or sometimes not succeed at some point of time. So that time even they will initially they might struggle to accept the defeat. So that time around, actually the teacher who has taught them has to encourage them and has to educate them that failure is always the stepping stone to success. So one or two failures in your life won't mean that the world has come to an end. There's still a lot of opportunities to come. So I've experienced this actually because I am in the VP education assisting Toastmaster Suhasini. I've trained a lot of first-time role players. So sometimes they will have some technical glitches. They might not be able to perform their role successfully. So they might feel disappointed. So that time I will encourage them to not think too much about it because there's always a next opportunity coming. And this
Okay.
is not the end of
I am stopping you here.
Thank you, sir.
No. Listen, wait. Hello, go back. You started well, but you took more time on the introduction part. Only then, no, you came to the personal experience quite late. Then you may even overshoot the time. So with some initial message for 20 to 25 seconds, then enter into the incident. That reminds me of the time when I was assisting. You said Suhasini, that incident. Then how you happen to feel the other's pain. Thereby, I am able to say that I am a human being. Yes, I feel my pain, I am alive, but I am able to feel others' pain. Therefore, I am a human being. And that is how you have to come back. I mean, get connected with the topic. Well, good attempt. Only thing, a little more sequential structure and quickly getting into the incident, where you can spend even now almost 50 to 60 seconds about the incident. Thank you. Deepak, same topic.
Same topic.
Yeah.
Then it's no more instant topic.
Okay, so hope you are able to see me and hear me clearly. Yes. Thank you. Oh, can I have a topic?
If I feel my pain, I am alive. If I feel your pain, I am a human being.
If I feel my pain, I am alive. I am closely related to this first line first because I was going through a lot of struggles and obstacles the last end of 2021. I was totally disappointed. I was unsure of my interest, where my life is going to. At that time, I find a person who I can share everything with. At the same time, he was also motivating me whenever I was low. So that time, I also felt that he is the right person. He is we have the proverb, right? So the friend indeed. So that I'm not able to complete that proverb. I hope you all get that proverb, what I was meaning. So I was totally happy at that time. At least there is a one person who can understand me, who is a human being to understand my pain. At the same time, since I was also going through a lot of struggles, and wherever I go, there is a punch at my faces. So at that time, so I had great friend to understand me as a human being. And I felt that, so okay, so that was the one time where I faced a lot of struggles at that period. So I understood that, okay, so this too shall pass. I strongly believe that, and that too shall pass. Now I am kind of balanced. And I believe that if I understand my pain, that I am being alive. And I also found a person who also understood my pain. I also consider him as a human being. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Can I have one more volunteer, a little senior Toastmaster? Sriram, would you like to attempt?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Some strong incident, if you can bring in some strong personal incident.
Right, very much. If you repeat that, if you find the pain in you.
If I feel my pain, I am alive. If I feel your pain, I am a human being.
That's an excellent quote, we can say. I'll tell you a strong incident that happened 2 years back. It was before the pandemic. Of course, it is something related to Toastmasters as well. How many of you know about YLP? YLP is Young Leadership Program. We had the first YLP batch in MTC happened almost 2 years, 2 years back. And that time, I was fortunate enough to be part of the YLP along with Babu Shankar and others. So he was a coordinator or assistant coordinator. And as a whole, he started to do YLP. Now, what happened is that whatever we experienced, I experienced as a pain in my Toastmasters, overcoming my fear. I was able to inspire others, like the students who hardly spoke even 2 lines. They couldn't speak English. They are from Tamil background, but I could see their pain, and we were able to trigger their mind and come out of that pain. And I could see improvement performance over the next 8 weeks. And out of the 8 weeks, we had a contest. Mind you, it turned out to be a great contest, and they did excellent. And that was the real, feeling we had as a human being, because we were able to inspire others, bring them come out of their pain, and that really transformed not only them but my inner heart as well. So, friends, why don't you try YLP and relieve others' pain and be a human being? What do you?
This is a nice way to sell YLP invitation. Okay, now I am going to attempt. Ladies and gentlemen, the life lives on 2 dimensions, like sun and moon, day and night, similarly pleasure and pain. We are able to feel our pleasure, and we are also able to take part in others' pleasure. But how many of us are ready to feel the pain of other persons or other human beings? That reminds me of the time when I had a shift from being alive to being a human being. I was standing for my bus. 2 ladies alighted from a bus and sat down. The younger lady appeared to be in the final stage of pregnancy. The moment soon after they sat down, the pregnant woman fainted. Many persons standing over there rushed to them to know what was wrong with that lady. Her mother said they just returned from hospital, and because of the heat, perhaps she would have fainted. Then everybody said, why don't you take an auto and go back home? No, we are too poor to afford the luxury of an auto. We will stay here. And everybody was only suggesting, none came forward to financially help them. I had 30 rupees with me. As I was contemplating to give that money to those 2 ladies, what then took place was like a thunderbolt to me. I was shocked. A person who was drawing the image of Lord Jesus on the platform collected all the coins, called an auto driver with instruction to drop those ladies at home. I have been feeling my pain. I was alive, but I could see that the poor artist who was able to feel the pain of those 2 ladies and gave his poor, small earning, petty earning, and he had the mind. Then, as a token of gratitude, I dropped the 30 rupees on the image of Lord Jesus on walk back home with full satisfaction that I feel my pain, I am alive. But today, I have been able to feel the pain of those two ladies and the street artist. Therefore, I can proudly say that I am a human being. How do you feel that intensity of incident?
It was a well-connected story.
Connected. If we can bring in a little intensity, and it's not that I am not disagreeing about the incidents which three of you said, relatively, because competitive factor. I'm talking from the contest point of view. If we can bring that factor, so if we can influence particularly the judges, then we have the chances of winning. Yeah, we have to, people say participation, winning is secondary. Let us go. Let us go with the intention of participation. Let us also go with the intention of winning. I think that's a beautiful combination. All right. So if you want, I can send later. This is how I keep practicing. I have plenty of topics I have collected. I have around 300 different topics drawn from motivational quotes, inspirational quotes. In your leisure time, you can just practice it. It's a beautiful hobby, intellectual hobby. It can help not only for table topics, for all sudden purposes in life. It can be of use and help to you. All right. So on this positive, pleasant, and productive note, I'm signing off and wish you all the best for those table topics contestants. That is going to happen on 20th March. Thank you. Bye-bye. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your informative session and also tricks shared to handle table topics, and also for sharing your experience and other fellow Toastmasters of their experience. Timer, or is all participants are qualified? Prepared speakers are qualified? Timer, you are not audible. Ma'am, you are not audible.
Is it audible now?
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you. In prepared speech, Toastmaster Ramesh, Toastmaster Santosh, Toastmaster Sriram are qualified speaker.
Okay, poll will be launched soon to cast your best speakers. Actually, we are running late by 7 minutes. Kavita ma'am, can we have a short recess for 3 minutes? So
Yeah,
that we can
sure.
be back by 11:30?
Sure, Saravanan. We can have it for 3 minutes.
Okay, we have a short recess for 3 minutes.
5 minutes. Offline is there? Can you give 5 minutes?
Toastmaster of the day?
TMOD.
Could we give us 5 minutes break?
Give us 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can proceed for 5 minutes.
Thank you.
I welcome everyone back to their seat so that we can proceed for our second part of the meeting. Please. Deepak, can we start our second part?
Yes, please go ahead, Toastmaster Saravnan.
Before we start the second part of our meeting, I wish to share a quote, famous quote from this movie, Pursuit of Happiness. It says like this: "Don't ever let someone tell you that you don't do something, not even me. You got a dream, you go protect it. When people can't do something themselves, they are going to tell you that you can't do it. You want something, go get it." What I wish to share from this snip is, one should be persistent in his effort and be happy with oneself of his efforts. Don't get bogged down by other people's remark. Having said that, I invite everyone to a special session which is going to be hosted by Toastmaster Deepak and Tarun under the name Bookworms, which is comparable to table topics in a different format. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak and Tarun, for your session named as Bookworms.
Hello everyone. Are we audible and visible clearly for you guys?
You're audible and visible.
Oh, great. So today, this event is called Bookworms. So here we are going to discuss about a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a, how do I say it? Yes, fuck. Yes. The book's name is that, and it was the author's name is Mark Manson. So, but it's not as blunt as that. But he explains how to take down the pressure or the counterintuitive way to success, as it said in the book. So mostly we think success is hard work, too much pressure on yourself. It's not like that. And there are certain ways where he explains the book in that way. So there are some stories as such, and there are some viewpoints where we can contradict here. Me and Deepak are going to contradict each other on those viewpoints. And we are also going to complement each other if that's good or bad.
Also, we are expecting your comments as well. May I know how many people read that book before?
So please, could you please raise your hands?
Yeah, perfect. So we have one audience in the offline meeting.
Yes.
And we also have, Toastmaster Manu. Do we have anyone apart from Toastmaster Manu and one guest in this offline meeting? Okay, fine. So no problem. So even though you didn't read the book, so
it's just about giving your views about certain topics from that book.
So let me start with first one. So timer. So how much time do you have now? At Toastmaster of the day, you can also take.
I think totally 10 minutes has been allotted for the whole session of yours.
Perfect. Okay. So the first thing is feedback loop from hell. So this is one of the stuff most of us are caught in, and some are so deep. It is really tough to identify it. So I feel that some people are having. So I don't disagree this. At the same time, I don't want to trust this 100%. So that is my mentality actually, because so we have our ancestors saying that poor Janma Pavanga is continuing in this journey, and it's a karma vinay. So we have that terminologies and supporting points as well. At the same time, so considering as a technical person, I little doubt on this quote. So how about you, Tarun?
So mostly, I think karma, it's in our life, not in our previous janma or the next janma. So I think the feedback loop that's given to us is basically subconscious mind, just saying something back to back in our mind, or it can also be something like us. Okay, so me reacting to one situation, let it be okay, I get angry at you. You beat me up, I get more angry. Okay, then I take that anger home, and the anger only increases. So that becomes a loop on my life. So that's the feedback loop or the emotional loop that you get stuck in hereby or later. Okay. So that's the thing we should identify and break down and move on with our lives.
Any other supporting points from audience? So are we totally trust this point, or what's your point? What's your call on this thing? One liner, please.
Yes, that's actually very true, actually, because once we get into a negative emotion, we try to forget that emotion. So once something bad happens to us, we tend to keep thinking about that bad thing. So that one bad thing overshadows all the good things that have happened before. So we'll try to forget that emotion, but we won't be able to forget it. So it's best that we take all the positive things and don't think too much about the negative things. We can tune out.
Thank you. Sir, do you like to share?
Yeah, actually, I didn't get fully because I didn't go through this book. So actually, what I'm telling, feedback loop is maybe somewhat related to our past deeds, or maybe whatever you're doing today, it will be going to be result tomorrow, or whatever you're experiencing today, it will be the result of the previous one. But I totally believe that point, because otherwise we can't. We might have born maybe. How can we born to our parents, isn't it? So that is because of our past deed. You did something. That's why you got a very good life. You have very good responsible parents we have. We got our education, and if you see mostly 1% of people also may not having what we have and their world.
Yes.
So that's what I'm telling. It's a feedback loop. But one thing what I'm telling, don't go believe totally on that one. But if you go today is the 24 hours we have. If you have a good thing today, result tomorrow. Today in the sense, the moment, if you're doing good thing, that will come to you. So that is my belief.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. As Sir said, so focus only on the time which we have now. Don't stress too much about the karma which you did before. There's no point. You're not going to change it anyway. So understand the karma. One time you will also believe it, and you will also experience that. So as Sir said, so we'll try to focus on utilize this moment to the fullest. The second thing is happiness comes from solving problems. Happiness comes from solving problems. So your take on this, sir?
Yes, I think every stage in life, challenges is what makes our lives interesting, or that's what makes it. That's what gives the zest to life, I think. So, me being a designer, I think problems are really interesting as such, and finding solutions and solving those are even interesting. But what arises is when you solve one problem, another problem automatically arises even after solving that problem. So I just think problems are exchanged or upgraded as such, or it makes it better. So it's like a game which has levels in it. So that's the best part, I think, about having problems and solving them.
Perfect. Arun, so any other take on this? Yeah, Toastmaster.
Like you said, problems keep come and going, but many of us even now are not ready to face the problem. The first thing is we need to be prepared to face the problem, and then now find a solution, and then comes the happiness. Now the stages of problem, now uncovering the problem, then finding a solution, then finding happiness. That's the ultimate thing, and that process has to be followed.
Thank you, sir. Perfect. So you like to add anything, sir?
Yes. Did you other side they can able to hear anything?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Toastmaster Swasti, ma'am. Hope you are able to hear us, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So next we'll have one online meeting. People.
Yeah. So one thing what I understand is I think whatever Deepak is telling, happiness is in the solving the problems.
Happiness
comes from solving.
Yeah, comes from solving the problem. But my take is happiness is not a destination. Happiness is a journey. So each and every step, whatever you're doing while solving the problem, that is happiness. Suppose if you want to give a best speech in our club or best speech in contest, you are preparing, you are practicing, that is happiness. But once you got the prize, that's gone. Whatever you've done, that's not a happiness, because even Olympic, if Olympic you are a gold medal this year, next year nobody will mind you, isn't it? Yeah. So the way you are preparing, that is called journey. Happiness is journey, not a destination.
We have Toastmaster Santosh to add a few points. Toastmaster Santosh, can you please unmute yourself?
I totally agree with the points of Pat sir and what Tarun said. Hopefully, they have covered the most points in a good manner. We can go with it.
Deepak, Tarun, I request you to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. So we wrap it up. Fine. So no problem. So as we discussed, so as Toastmaster Sriram said, so we have to focus on the what we have in our bucket, and DTM Rao sir suggested that so happiness is a process, not the end result. And my take is something like if you have a problem, you know how to solve it, go ahead and solve it. If you know a problem, you know that you cannot solve this problem, why too much stress on the problem? Go learn fast, fail fast, learn from that mistake and move on. So that's my take from this quote. And thank you, Toastmaster Saranan, for giving us an opportunity. So we'll come back with interesting topics next week. Thank you. Sure. Back to you, Toastmaster.
We are eager to further enjoyable sessions in the future. Now we will move on to the challenging part of the second session, that is table topic session, which is an impromptu speaking session which helps the speaker to handle the problem at faster rate. This will be hosted by Toastmaster Manu. Toastmaster Manu works as a software engineer in Tech Mahindra, and she has a flair for writing, and she has co-authored 5 books. She is interested in physical fitness, loves traveling, volunteering for social activity, and she is technically inclined to search engine optimization. Over to you, Toastmaster Manu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I do have a poor bandwidth, so I prefer to off my video to make the session hassle-free, and I apologize for that.
I request you to limit within 5 or 6 topics.
Yeah, sure. Since the theme of the day is pursuit of happiness.
Voice is sound is little bit cracking and.
Oh yeah. Is it better now?
No, there's
lot of windy
still
noises.
the same.
Yeah, I think you need to switch off your fan if it is running.
Okay, is it better now?
You can continue. Yeah, you can continue the topics. Probably you can put it in the chat as well.
Yeah, sure. Do we have? Can someone help me? Do we have any guests today?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have 2 guests, Toastmaster Manu.
Okay.
Guest Yuvaraj first, please.
Hi, Toastmaster. Hi, guest Yuvaraj. I would like to start with. What role does fate and luck play in happiness?
Sorry,
I'll repeat. What role does fate and luck play in happiness?
Could you please put it in the chat, Toastmaster Manu? It's very good.
The question is, what
role does fate and luck play in happiness? What role does fate and luck play in happiness?
Thank you, table topic master. Good morning, Toastmasters, online and offline. So what role does fate and luck plays in happiness? Fate as well as luck. Fate is something that I don't believe in. So I'll keep that aside. When it comes to luck, I think that is what in most cases called as fate. If it is negative, it's called as fate. If it is positive, it's called as luck. That's what So when it comes to happiness, as I say, when something happens without our expectation, without our anticipation, if it is positive thing, that is luck, and that is what we call as happiness. And if it is something negative that we don't expect to happen, and if that happens, we call it as fate. Fate plays it. Fate does it. That's what we call, and that's sadness. So that's what I want to put it as. So basically, what we call as fate is something negative that usually happens, and luck is the positive thing. That's what happiness we call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have the next guest?
Amal. Guest Amal.
No, he's a Toastmaster.
Oh.
You're not.
Oh, so he's our new member, Toastmaster Amal.
Hi, good morning, Toastmaster ML. So this is your topic. If you have to do one thing every single day to keep you happy, what would you do? I'll repeat. If you have to do one thing every single day to keep you happy, what would you do?
Yeah. 1 second. So, Toastmaster Manu, can you please?
Yeah, sure.
If you have to do one thing every single day to keep you happy, what is that thing would be?
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Suhasini, right?
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Manu for that topic. The topic is if you have to do one thing every day that makes you happy, I would say like Deepak and Tarun said, you have to find your problems because life is not possible without problems. If we solve one little problem, other problem will arise. So life is nothing without problems. And yeah, and there are two experiences, a good experience and bad experience. If you are faced with a good experience, you'll get an instant happiness. If you are faced with a bad experience, it is not a bad experience at all. It will lead to a healthy, good experience in future. So everything happening in life is for good. It's either leading to an instant happiness or into future happiness. So I would say find your problems, get out of your comfort zone and search for problems, solve those problems and be a better version of yourself. Yeah, that's what I want to say on that topic. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amal. That was a good perspective. Can I call distinguished Toastmaster Pat for the next topic?
Yes.
Sir, your topic is it true that money does not make you happy?
Yes. Is it true that money does not make me happy? Table Topics Master, fellow members, and honored guests. Money is very important in life. Without money, we cannot live. It is the financial oxygen. But money can get only pleasure, but not happiness. Money can get you bed, but it cannot get you sleep. Money can take you to 5-star hotel dining hall, but it cannot get appetite. Money can get you medicine, but it cannot get you health. So I can list so many attributes that money can bring, but money cannot get us happiness. In fact, when excess money comes to us, it is equivalent to hoarding, and sometimes it may lead us to negative activities, bad traits. Why money cannot give us happiness? Because money is an external instrument. It's a tool, it's an instrument. But happiness is derived from within us. I think Sriram was telling that when I help those young children in OLP meet to eliminate the fear and make them come forward to participate and speak out, and that gets me happiness. I'm able to derive happiness. So when we do something for others, we get happiness. When I do something for me, it is called pleasure. I think that was being discussed during the review. Rao was mentioning the difference between pleasure and happiness. So money can fetch me pleasure, but not happiness, because it is simply an external instrument. Happiness is derived from within us. And particularly when we happen to help others, when we do some sacrifice for others, that happiness becomes ecstasy. It's called height of happiness. Therefore, money cannot get us happiness. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Oh, that was a golden point, Toastmaster Pat. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Santosh for my next topic.
Yes, I am ready.
How do you sabotage negative self-talk? How do you sabotage negative self-talk?
What does that mean by sabotage?
Destroy.
Negative self-thought. Correct?
How
do I sabotage negative self-thought?
Negative self-talk.
Self-talk. Talk or thought?
We talk within ourselves, right? We used to talk with ourselves. That is
Negative self-talk. Okay, I got your point from chat. Okay. Thank you for this table topic, master. How do I destroy my own self-talk, negative self-talk? Whenever a self-talk arises, that means a talk, I can consider it as a thought. Whenever a self-negative thought arises, I would rapidly replace that with a positive thought. Otherwise, I will distract myself with the negative thought to some positive one. I can't remove the negative thought from me. I can replace that negative thought with some positivity by distracting myself to some negativity. Sorry, positivity. Everywhere we go, both positivity and negativity is there. It's about the perspective that what we are seeing within ourselves and the things we look at. If we look at a good point of view, then I think we can control that negativity and move that into a positive zone. Like that, I am practicing in my day to day. If I notice anything with the thing that arises within myself as a negative thought, I would replace that negative thought with a positive one. That's what I am following. It's a good thing to follow from my experience. I request all the members to follow like this so that they won't get much negative thoughts in their day-to-day life, so that they can live a positive life and a happy life. Thank you for this topic. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, Santosh. Due to time frame, we'll have one last participant. Can I have Toastmaster Soumya?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Your topic is, what is happiness to you?
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for this topic. What is happiness to me? Happiness is a state of my inner self. And my understanding about this word happiness is, it's an emotional state over which I have control on. So it definitely does not involve anything related to an object or a thing or a person or a relationship or anything external, but it's completely internal. To me, happiness is about being in that state. And how do I achieve that being of the state of being in happiness is, I may have different things that I might do externally that is close to my heart. For example, if I sing out loud, that is happiness for me. If I'm exercising my duties or doing some karma related to the purpose of my life, then that is happiness for me. If I'm going to have heart-to-heart conversation with myself, that is happiness for me. If I'm going to practice empathy or help others, contribute others, or just listen and be with the person's pain, be with the person's other person's emotion, that is happiness for me. Happiness could mean different things for different people, but for me, it's more on intrinsic. It's more on my control, my awareness of myself, and how I am reflecting that in my personality when I deal with the external world. Thank you so much. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Soumya. I'll now hand over the session to TM Modi.
Timer. Is all speakers who have attempted table topics are qualified?
All are qualified.
Thank you. Poll will be posted soon for your selection, for your selecting the favorite speakers. Before going to the third session, I wish to share a thought about a tenacity word. Final one. Tenacity is about setting a goal so big you can't possibly achieve it, then growing into the person who can and does. Steadfastness despite difficulty. I'm a person with stage fear. Playing the role of Toastmaster of the day today itself is a tenacious effort from me in my pursuit to become a better communicator and leader. Having said that, I request Toastmaster Dinesh to preside over general evaluation session. Over to you, Dinesh.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Respected Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good afternoon. Now, let us start off with the prepared speech evaluation. Let's invite the evaluator for our first speaker, Toastmaster Ramesh. We have a dynamic Toastmaster working as a tech analyst in Citicorp Global Bank. He has a natural flair for coding and learning new technical skills. He's a passionate football player and a pragmatic public speaker with an inclination towards helping others. Let us welcome Toastmaster Deepak.
Hello, check.
Yes, Deepak, you're audible.
Thank you. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests again, and to my target speaker, Toastmaster Ramesh, for completing level 3 project 2 speech successfully with the excellent topic, Winners Never Stop. So I was happy to evaluate your speech thoroughly. So I would like to touch few of my favorite parts of your speech. So the first is what a beautiful introduction you have. So just like a previous speaker, like last evaluation, I was happy to have a series of speakers evaluating who have excellent introduction, which I personally fail to have sometimes. So I could see a lot of smiles when you initiated the talk, even though you have struggles at that time when you have some hindrances, but even though you can't come back from that problem, you have a very good introductions. I really like that. And also you touched upon, so my favorite, one of the best place I would say is something you touched upon, the comfort zone, where so everyone should work on actually. So because that is a need of the hour today as well, because we are slowly moving from online to offline, right? So we have almost settled in our home for more than 2 years. Now things are getting normal. So we are pushed from home to office. So I think so that is a very good thing, so I would say, and you have beautifully explained with the series of examples. So that was really nice actually, and you also stressed on the point that you don't wait for perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. So that is what I understood from the point which you are discussing about the moment. So that was really helpful, and your speech entirely motivated us to strive hard whatever the situation is. And your strengths are you have great confidence while delivering a speech, and you have excellent opening, and the project objective is to motivate and inspire people. That also you have done really well. And the script, your objective also says that you have to write a script which will motivate people. I believe that you have also made a justification to that objective as well. Moving on to recommendations, I feel that your speech could have been is kind of monotonous actually. So you could have worked on tonal variation. So basically, because whenever you are expressing something sad, you could have made your voice very low, and you can express very slowly. At the same time, whenever you are expressing or sharing something which is positive and you want to motivate people, you could have changed your voice modulation. My dear Toastmasters, you could have done that. Let us all take this. From this speech, we will work towards something. So kind of like the strength or the strength is kind of missing in your speech whenever you are motivating. So that is what I felt. And also ending could have been better actually. So because ending actually makes the people remember your speech, entire speech. You have excellent opening, you have a great confidence in your speech. If it is peppered with the repeated practice and this tonal variation and the perfect ending, your speech would have been to the next level. All the best for your upcoming speeches, Toastmaster Ramesh. Back to you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for that excellent evaluation. To evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Santosh, we have an wonderful Toastmaster working as a biomedical engineer in Lotus Surgicals in Pondicherry. His hobbies are blogging, podcasting, reading books, and listening to educational materials. Let us welcome Toastmaster Muthu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Yeah, thank you. Now let me congratulate Toastmaster Santosh for completing his speech. He done a wonderful job. He met his project objective. He has written and delivered an inspiring speech. From the start to the end, it was beautifully narrated. He had an opening, body, and conclusion. So he started his speech by stating his childhood with the fear of public speaker and turned to Madras Toastmasters Club as a progressive speaker. That was beautifully narrated. The message throughout his speech was very clear. Don't focus on perfectionism. Just do it anyway. He has beautifully chosen his speech topic. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. From the quotes of Winston Churchill. That was beautifully done. So the topic itself clearly sends an inspiring message. So he clearly presented how he was able to overcome his fear of public speaking and what he has done. So how he found Madras Toastmaster Club, and he also spoke about his mentors who has helped him to become a better speaker. And he also shared some of the steps he has followed to become a better speaker, and how he got into the progressive track. So that was inspiring one for everyone. So he beautifully concluded his speech by saying that don't wait for the perfect time, keep progressing, an inspiring message to the audience. So overall, his speech was very well done. His clarity of speech is good, vocal variety and eye contact is also good. His gestures was really nice. His comfort level was the topic was good. It shows it took his time to preparation. And also arose interested with this topic. So overall, it was a very well prepared topic. And my suggestions to him was he could add some humors to his speech. It need not to be a serious thing at all. And also he could use some pauses and also in between the appropriate places, and also could have asked the audience to engage, can dramatize certain phrases like using the quotes like perfectionism, is the enemy of dramatize that. Yeah, and finally, I would like to say that perfectionism is a curse. Can somebody be perfectly perfect? No, not at all possible. Can somebody be perfectly imperfect? Okay, over to you, General Evaluator. I have some network issues.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Toastmaster Muthu, for that detailed evaluation. To evaluate our third speaker, Toastmaster Sriram, we have an outstanding Toastmaster working as a defect manager in a software company, 13 years in IT and 6 years in Toastmastering. She has served as Sergeant at Arms, Secretary, Treasurer, Vice President of Membership, VP Education, and currently as the President of MTC. Let's welcome Toastmaster Kavita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dinesh, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Spotlighting. Okay. So congratulations, Toastmaster Sriram, on completing your level 3 project 2. The objective of this project is to present a story. It may be a fiction or a personal story in an interesting way. So I think you have met your objective. Congratulations on that. Let me talk about the content first and then your presentation. Let me move on to the suggestions later on. Your content was very genuine. It was relatable and you had a lot of conviction. So professional life and personal life are two parallel tracks which will always get impacted somehow when you focus on one. So it should have a proper balance. So you brought about that in your content very well. And the body of the content was really well written. And the organization was also good to some extent, especially the body of the content was really good. That's about the content. We'll talk about the beginning and the end of the speech. The body was good. Coming to the presentation. You had very good hand gestures after a very long time. Moving to the real stage will be a challenge, but you were very good at that. Your hand gestures were very natural. And your voice modulation, I really liked it when you said, yes, I cleared my exam. You raised your voice. So your voice modulation was really good. And to start with, you pretended to take a call from your wife. So those drama really added to the story. So a story has to be enacted. So you brought about those things when you presented it. Your presentation was really good on those lines. So coming to the suggestions. So I could sense a slight random movement on the stage. After a very long time, when we get into the stage, it happens. So that could have been avoided. And the voice modulation was very good. The hand gestures were very good. If the expressions would have been incorporated to boost up, it would have really brought the speech to the next level. The story would have really captured our attention more with better expressions. And the beginning could have been more powerful with some quote or with something that will make the audience wake up and listen to you. And of course, the end also could have been more powerful, strongly talking about the takeaway. So clearly your takeaway is to talk about the practice that will make success possible. The tonic to success is practice. And you could have spoken more about how you motivated your kid to perform well, so that it would have been inspirational and motivational for us also to how you were able to bring about that success in his life as well as your professional life. So more about on how could have made the speech more informative, motivational, inspiring, and would have had more takeaways. So to sum up, I really like the content and the presentation. A good beginning and the end would have made it an even better speech. Over to you, G. Dinesh.
That was an amazing evaluation. Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita. To evaluate our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Balakrishnan, we have a passionate Toastmaster who's the charter member and the past president of MTC. He has held several leadership positions in Toastmasters, such as area director and division director, currently working as a digital technology transformation consultant. Let me welcome DTM Rao for this evaluation.
Good afternoon, GT. So, can you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, you can able to see me also. Just I want to check all these things because
yes, sir, you're visible.
Now, timer, you can start my time. First of all, let me congratulate our Toastmaster Balakrishnan to conducting the major program of YLP from Madras Toastmaster Club. His project is from level 4, leadership, leading your team. So whenever you are giving a speech in a public forum like a Toastmasters Club, your speech should have a core message. What I understand from your speech is your success of this program is depends upon our team. That is your message, what I understand from the speech. So once you give a message, what you did is you wrap the message into 3 layers. One is opening, body, and conclusion. So opening, I think it's very good because what you have done is very cleverly you connected to the previous of 3 speakers' titles to drag attention of audience. I think there you are successful in the opening, so that those are members are there, they're eagerly looking what you are going to speech. So opening is good. Then coming to the body. So you started with the principal's testimonial. I can say appreciation to you. I think what else you want? You show your leadership is successful once you got the client feedback. Or maybe any feedback which are involved in the program, they're telling about your program is highly successful and they got a benefited. So that shows that your program is successful. Then you transfer to the showcasing your team. I think you have shown 5 people from Jayanti, Janani, and Sriram, like that your Gayatri, those team, I think what I understand is there are 5-6 members team helped you to make this successful. So you introduce the team. Then you move to the what are the challenges you face while conducting the contest in the YLP program. So these are the plus points I can say. When coming to the recommendations, so whenever you are leading the team, so I can say there are 3 important things. One is any leadership program, you should have an initiation planning, one category. Then you have education control. Then after that is the closing. When you are explaining this type of program, you have to tell how you initiated, how you plan, how this team is given task allocated, how you make successful. What are your experience to do all those things? I think that point is missing. Then second, other thing is one of the important thing this type of speeches is what you learn from this program and what is your leadership impact of your experience, leadership experience, and what is the ultimate result. I think you covered a little bit, but you would have got some more things so that I think people can understand. So what I like from this program is I am very happy you came to the MTC and you have shown the global YLP how to conduct. And most of the members, they may not be knowing what is YLP. So I think you would have given some initial briefing, what is YLP, how this program is helping the students to develop their leadership and communication skills so that new members can understand. So if you incorporate all those things and if you have motivated our members, I'm sure I think we'll have a separate track YLP from our MTC. All the best. Over to Toastmaster, over to GE.
That was a great and precise evaluation. Thank you, DTM Rao. Now it's time to get the tag team report. First, let me start with the timer, Toastmaster Suhasini.
1 minute. Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, thank you. In prepared speech, Toastmaster Ramesh took 6 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster Santosh took 6 minutes 56 seconds. Toastmaster Sriram took 7 minutes 19 seconds. DTM Balakrishnan took 7 minutes 36 seconds. In education session, DTM Pattabhiraman L took 22 minutes 11 seconds. In table topic session, guest Yuvraj took 1 minute 11 seconds. Toastmaster Amal took 55 seconds. In table topic session, DTM Pattabhiraman took 2 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Santosh took 1 minute 25 seconds. Toastmaster Soumya took 1 minute 55 seconds. In evaluation session, Toastmaster Deepak took 3 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Muthu took 3 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Kavita took 3 minutes 12 seconds. DTM Trinatharav took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Thank you. Over to General Evaluator.
Next is the accounter Toastmaster Guru Manikam.
Yeah, so give me a moment. I'm sharing the screen. Are you able to able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, for prepared speech, Toastmaster Ramesh used once, once, and so once, like once, repeated words like life never ends, after, and then, and others like a long pause for 5 times, so total 9. And Toastmaster Santosh used once, like once, repeated words then and long pause once, and total 3. Toastmaster Sriram used all 3 times, but once, 13 times, repeated words like frustrated, and the total is 17. Uh, and Toastmaster Balakrishnan used all 3 times, 1 time, and repeated words and because, and also he used 4 times, others like a long pause 1 time, total 9. And education session, distinguished Toastmaster Pat sir used once, so once, 3 times, and repeated words like incident and intention, total 4. In the education session, we also had a table topic. So the participants are Toastmaster Anirudh used all 3 times, once, but once, repeated words like sometimes, actually, and total is 5. Toastmaster Deepak used once, so once, repeated words like struggle, understand, and total is 2. And Toastmaster Sriram used once, so once, 2 times, total is 4. Distinguished Toastmaster Pat also tried, and he used twice, and total is 2. And then bookworm session, Toastmaster Tarun used 5 times, 5 times, but 1 time, so 4 times, 3 times, and repeated words something. Total, I did not count properly. 10, 15, 18, actually total 18. And Toastmaster Deepak used once, so twice, and total is 3. And table topic speeches, guest Yuvraj used 4 times, 1 times, and total 5. Toastmaster Ramal used 1 time, so twice, repeated words problems, total 3. Distinguished Toastmaster Pat sir did not use any of these expressions of fillers. Toastmaster Santosh used once, once, and so once, total 3. Toastmaster Soumya used twice, total 2. And the evaluation speech, Toastmaster Deepak used 3 times, like 2 times, repeated words like even though, because, actually, and total is 5. And Toastmaster Muthu used once, once, so twice, all repeated words also, and also long pause twice. Total is 5. Toastmaster Kavita used 3 times, so 4 times, total is 7. Distinguished Toastmaster Rao used the so 4 times, and total is 4. That's all from my side. Over to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Next is the Grammarian Toastmaster Indumati.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I'm back again with my report. It's a pleasure listening to all your speeches. Well then, here is my report. Toastmaster Ramesh used words like perfection, challenge, overcome, succeed. Toastmaster Santosh used words like journey, confidence, research, positivity, overcome fear of public speaking, progressive. And Toastmaster Sriram used word of the day once, and words like drenched, pandemic, self-drive, keeping our fingers crossed, joyful, and phrases like tonic to success is practice, practice. And Toastmaster Balakrishnan used words like honor, leadership, self-discipline, dedication, implementing, and BTM Patabi sir used words. Actually, sir used many words. So I'm going to share only few. Second is predictable, most accelerating, neutral path, instrumental. Toastmaster Tarun used words like hard work, success, karma, subconscious mind. Toastmaster Yuvraj used words like positive, luck, fate. Toastmaster Amal used words like good experience, instant happiness, healthy, be a better version of yourself. Toastmaster Soumya used words like inner self, emotional state, and empathy. And Toastmaster Deepak used words like comfort zone, struggle, balance, motivated, voice modulation. And Toastmaster Muthu used words like inspiring speech, beautifully narrated, perfection. And Toastmaster Kavita used words like fiction, impact, takeaway, gestures. And TPM Rao sir used words like core message, attention, initiation, planning, execution. And Toastmaster Denise used words like enthusiastic, dynamic, outstanding, passionate. And Toastmaster Saravanan used words like dream, better communicator, stage fear. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, TAC team, for your wonderful report. Now, let me share a few comments about the meeting. The meeting was started on time, which is a very good sign. And I could see a lot of members attending the offline meeting as well. That's also a great sign. In fact, after almost 2 years, I'm able to see a lot of people back to the online meeting. Last minute role changes were addressed smoothly. Kudos to our VP Education Toastmaster Suhasini. TMOD Toastmaster Saravanan. You spoke really well about the theme with a lot of enthusiasm, and your usage of presentation for quotes and instances about the theme was really great. You introduced all the big three role players and speakers in a very nice way. I request all the Toastmasters who are attending through online to check your audio and video before the start of the meeting in order to avoid audio and video issues when you're called upon to the virtual lectern. The educational session by DTM Pat was great and insightful. Personally, for me, it was very helpful. And your feedback, DTM Pat's feedback will be very helpful, and it would really help us out for all the participants in the upcoming table topics contest. And all the prepared speech speakers and table topic speakers spoke really well today. And TT Master, Toastmaster Manu, the topics were very apt for the members and guests, very good selection of topics. One suggestion is that you can clearly explain about the table topic session, like why we have been conducting this session and about the timing criteria, so that it'll be very useful for the guests as well, so that they could get to know about the table topics more easily. And instead of that, you directly started off with the topics. This can be avoided, so kindly make a note of it. All the evaluators provided a detailed evaluation for all the speeches delivered during the prepared speech session. And there was no major disturbance or interruption during the meeting. On the whole, it was indeed a wonderful and fun-filled meeting. Back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for your crisp and report and also your tag team reports. We are at the fag end of our meeting today. This is my closing remark. Great leaders or good communicators are not born. These skills can be imbibed. One route to become a good leader or a communicator is by taking variety of roles in Toastmasters club meetings and perform the same to perfection. With that said, I exhort all the guests to join the Toastmaster Club with your tenacious effort, pursue and achieve your goal. Over to you, President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day and GE, for conducting this meeting in a very smooth manner. Let's quickly move on to the, let me spotlight for everyone. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the results. Okay. So we have consolidated the results of both online and offline course. So the best prepared speaker for the day is Toastmaster Santosh. Congratulations, Toastmaster Santosh. Let's give a big round of applause. And
thank you all, thank you.
Yes. And Toastmaster Soumya is the best TT speaker. Congratulations, Toastmaster Soumya. And among the guests, it is guest Yuvaraj. Congratulations. The best role player goes to GE Toastmaster Dinesh. Congratulations, Toastmaster Dinesh. And among the tag role players, it is Toastmaster Suhasini. Congratulations. And the evaluation, it goes to DTM Rao. Congratulations. And the rating for today's meeting is 4.6. Thank you so much, Deepak and Toastmaster Tarun, for consolidating the results. So as and when I read out, I was getting the results. Thank you so much for that. So let's quickly move on to the guest feedback. Let's start with the guest offline. Let me spotlight. So guest Yuvaraj. Yeah, your quick feedback, please, sir.
All the meeting was great. It's good to be back on stage, as I said in the beginning. I still feel the same. And to conduct a hybrid meeting, it is not really easy. We have a lot of technical stuff going on. So kudos to the entire team for conducting this so well. So yeah, I hope to come back here next week.
Thank you so much, guest Yuvraj. Hoping to see you as a member very soon. Please do get in touch with Toastmaster Preeti for membership details. Do we have any more guests offline?
Yeah, we have Toastmaster Amal to share his experience.
Yeah, please go ahead, Toastmaster Amal.
Yeah, overall it was a nice meeting, and I would like to appreciate the hospitality of these people. This is my first meeting, and yeah, the meeting was good. And I would like to point out one thing. It's the feedback session. I like the feedback session very much, because in colleges and schools and all, you deliver a speech, you won't get a feedback. But here we are getting every feedback, every words you are using, every mistakes you are making. So I would like to point out that. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amal. That is the difference we have in Toastmasters. We get instant feedbacks. So do we have any guest online? I saw Divya Darshini. Do we have her now?
No, Kavita.
Okay. Okay, so can we have a quick picture taken before we adjourn the meeting?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. We'll just take a screenshot and it will be in a single frame.
So please switch on your videos and have a smiling face. Is someone taking a snapshot? Toastmaster Suhasini, can you please take a screenshot? Thank you so much. Soumya or Suhasini, yeah. Thank you so much.
I'm going to take now. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you all. It's really great to see people offline.
Excellent.
And yes, I would like to adjourn our 609th meeting. Meet you all next week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Congrats for excellent speech. Toastmaster Balakrishnan provided the session. And congrats to each and every volunteers from MTC who made it happen. It was a great, wealthy chief coordinator, Toastmaster Balakrishnan. And it was really, I can say that now we can talk more as a session.
Thank you so much, sir. I end the meeting here. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.